Hi, my name's Andrew Cole. I'm currently the CEO of Oz Minerals. Oz Minerals is a global focused modern mining organisation. We're an exploration and mining company. My background is that I'm a geophysicist. So I started in this industry 25 years ago as a practicing geophysicist in exploration. And I spent the first 10 years exploring for all sorts of commodities all around the world. So I've got a reasonable understanding around what exploration's about and how it works, and certainly the many challenges that goes with that. I think the mining industry is facing some really pressing challenges. No longer can we look at new mining projects the way we've done in the past. The pressure on mining companies to perform socially acceptably, really think about their stakeholders and be progressive in the way they're thinking about it is so important today. So you need to tackle mining operations and developments in a very different way. So thinking about them progressively is very important. Thinking about what communities want, what our external stakeholders want, and developing assets in a socially acceptable way, I think is so much more important today than maybe what it was 50 years ago. There have been very few discoveries over the past decade or so of a material size across the globe, and companies are spending less and less money on exploration generally. As exploration companies, we're collecting so much more data today than we were only a decade ago. We're getting many multiple layers of data, so we're getting many layers of data and information, and we're leaving people to work through those layers of information and turn it into knowledge. That is a very complicated process, and there is just as much art as there is science in that interpretive process. We then take that information and put one drill hole or two drill holes into these targets to try and better understand what's beneath the surface. What we're hoping from this Explorer's Challenge is that we start to use data in a much more sophisticated way, and we interpret between data layers and we analyse multiple data layers together to come up with much smarter and more innovative ways of targeting. So exploration has evolved over the past few decades, but I would argue that most of that evolution is about doing the same things that we've done historically, just better. What I think the next generation of exploration will be is about taking that data and interpolating between data sets and making complex multi-level data sets into single knowledge pieces. As geoscientists, historically, we've looked at individual data layers, not multiple data layers to create single exploration targets. The next evolution for exploration is going to be much more sophisticated use of data to turn that into information. As an exploration company, we, Oz Minerals, have a small team of people that explore for new mineral resources. They're very clever, they're very busy, they're running multiple projects, and they have limited time and bandwidth to actually look at data. This Explorer Challenge will hopefully give us access to the world's smart people, many of whom will look at data in a very different way to what we look at data. So we are very hopeful that we are going to get very different perspectives using multi-layered data sets to help us in our interpretations. The reason we've chosen to partner with Unearthed is because they have an existing and very broad network to a very wide and diverse group of people across the globe. They have very good experience and demonstrated experience in the resources sector, and they're based locally, which helps us work much more closely with them. The way this Explorer Challenge is going to work is that we are going to make available all of our confidential in-house data, and that's terabytes of information covering multiple data types. We will provide the links to pre-competitive data that is publicly available, and we're then asking you to turn this into knowledge. There are two things we want to learn from this. The first thing we want to learn is new and innovative ways of interrogating data so that we can learn and apply these in the future. We also want you to provide us with targets which we can directly test with drill holes in the second half of this year. If this Explorer Challenge sounds interesting to you, we'd love to get you involved. Please go to the web address shown on the screen and register your interest, and we'll supply the information to take the next step.